No laws, no healthcare, no way back. The most isolated island in the world. Can you believe that there is an island on Earth where everyone is a descendant of a single man? Or an island where the people are not allowed to die? There are islands so isolated that the nearest hospital is over 2,000 miles away, and places that are often described as otherworldly, with rare, bizarre plants you won't find anywhere else. Islands like Nauru, Pitcairn, or Lord Howe are so remote that they will astonish you with how people live there. Let's take a journey to explore the 17 most isolated islands in the world, where the most unbelievable stories break all boundaries of imagination. Number 17. Tristan da Cunha. Tristan da Cunha is a remarkable example of extreme isolation. With a population of just about 250 residents, this remote island lies in the South Atlantic, over 1,700 miles from South Africa, and 2,000 miles from South America. But what has drawn people to live in such seclusion? And what keeps them there despite all the challenges? Let's explore the lives of those who call Tristan da Cunha their home. The island was first settled in the early 19th century by fishermen and shipwreck survivors, and the community still bears the names of its earliest settlers, such as Glass, Green, and Swain. These families turned isolation into strength, creating a close-knit community that has survived and thrived despite countless hardships. Women on Tristan da Cunha play a vital role, from teaching the island's children to preserving the social structure of the community. They are the backbone of life here, ensuring the survival of traditions and skills, even as they face the challenges of modern times. Life on Tristan da Cunha is not for the faint-hearted. Living here means waiting for months for supply ships to arrive, as the nearest hospital is nearly 2,000 miles away, and even basic medical services require extraordinary effort. Harsh winters and frequent storms batter the coastline with winds so strong that stepping outside can become an ordeal. Yet within these difficulties lies a rugged beauty that words can hardly capture. The natural world of Tristan da Cunha is a paradise for birdwatchers and marine enthusiasts. The waters surrounding the island are home to endangered species that have vanished from other areas, while the jagged cliffs and rolling hills create an idyllic haven for seabirds. However, this paradise is fragile, with a constant reminder of the latent danger posed by the island's volcano. In 1961, an eruption forced the entire population to evacuate to the UK. Although they returned after the eruption, the remnants of the volcano remain a silent but ever-present force, shaping the lives of the island's residents to this day. Number 16. Svalbard Island. Svalbard is a remote and stunning archipelago located in the Arctic Ocean, situated between Norway and the North Pole, far beyond the reach of mainland Europe. As part of Norway's self-governing territory, this group of islands is renowned for its rugged beauty, pristine glaciers, and unique wildlife that thrives despite the harsh conditions of the Arctic. Over 60% of Svalbard's landscape is covered by glaciers, creating vast frozen expanses, jagged mountain peaks, towering cliffs, and deep fjords carved through the icy terrain, offering some of the most dramatic and untouched scenery in the world. The island's isolation and extreme environment make it a true wilderness, where nature reigns supreme. The islands are home to polar bears, Arctic foxes, and reindeer. Polar bears can often be seen wandering the frozen shores in search of food. The human population in Svalbard is very small, with fewer than 3,000 residents spread across the main settlement of Longyearbyen and a few smaller research stations. People are drawn here by a unique mix of scientific research and resource extraction. Living in Svalbard is not for the faint-hearted, as the environment presents many challenges, with months of polar nights in winter and continuous daylight in the summer. Residents must adapt to an unusual Arctic rhythm of life. Temperatures can drop below freezing, and snowstorms are frequent, but a strong sense of community helps people cope with the isolation. Many work in research or environmental conservation, studying the impacts of climate change, preserving wildlife, and examining the region's geology. One of the most intriguing aspects of life in Svalbard is the freedom granted by local laws. There are no visa or immigration restrictions, meaning people from all over the world can come to live and work on the islands without special permits. This open-door policy has created a diverse and international community, with residents from far-flung countries like Russia, the Netherlands, and the United States. Svalbard also boasts a unique law: you cannot die on the island. If you fall seriously ill and require long-term medical treatment, you must leave. This is because the island's hospital is designed only for short-term care and emergencies. Number 15, St. Helena. One of the most striking islands on this list is St. Helena, a place steeped in history and isolation. Known as Napoleon Bonaparte's last home, St. Helena is a vast yet remote island located in the South Atlantic Ocean. It tells a story of resilience, transformation, and survival against all odds. Discovered by a Portuguese explorer in 1502, St. Helena became an important stopover for ships traveling between Europe, Africa, and Asia in the centuries that followed. However, the most memorable chapter in St. Helena's history began in 1815 when Napoleon Bonaparte was exiled there. The emperor's final years turned this island into a global symbol of endurance. Today, visitors can pay their respects at Napoleon's tomb or explore the forts, relics of long-gone empires. St. Helena is only accessible by sea, with the RMS St. Helena being the sole vessel connecting the island to Cape Town, South Africa, acting as a vital lifeline between the island's residents and the outside world. In 2017, an airport was opened, marking a shift in the island's accessibility. While this may make air travel easier, flights are still infrequent, expensive, and highly dependent on weather conditions. This very challenge is part of St. Helena's allure. For those willing to embark on a difficult journey, life on the island is markedly different from the fast-paced modern world. With a population of only around 4,500 people known as saints, residents face daily struggles such as limited food supplies and building materials, all of which must be imported, making everything costly. Education on the island is limited to primary school, and many young people must leave to seek opportunities abroad. St. Helena, with its isolation and hardships, has retained the essence of a place both raw and challenging, where everything exists at a different rhythm compared to the rest of the world. Despite facing numerous obstacles, the community on St. Helena remains resilient, maintaining a vibrant blend of African, European, and Asian cultures. Have you ever had the opportunity to visit and experience what this island has to offer? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Number 14. Pitcairn Island. Pitcairn Island hides behind a famous legend. The story begins in 1789 when a mutiny on the HMS Bounty, led by sailor Fletcher Christian, overthrew Captain William Bligh. To escape capture, the mutineers sought refuge in one of the most remote places they could find, Pitcairn Island. Together with Polynesians from Tahiti, they built a new community, blending cultures and creating a life entirely separate from the rest of the world. The culture of Pitcairn is a unique blend, with the islanders' language being a mixture of 18th century English and Polynesian. This fusion influences the creativity of the community, reflected in their traditional crafts. The people of Pitcairn carve intricate wood sculptures, craft handmade items, and weave baskets, skills passed down through generations. These creations are not merely souvenirs, they are a means to preserve history, culture, and identity. As you walk through the village, you'll see skilled hands shaping wood into sculptures. Each piece is a tribute to the resilience and resourcefulness of their ancestors. However, life on Pitcairn is not without its challenges. The island has no airport, and boats are the only connection to the outside world. Travel can take several days, depending on weather conditions and the sea. There is a school on the island, but it is currently closed, as the only 2 children living there are studying abroad. The island's young people often leave to pursue education or seek better opportunities elsewhere, and many never return. Today, only around 6 residents remain on Pitcairn, and the future of this community hangs in the balance, as there are not enough young people to sustain life on the island. They face the threat of decline, as the older generations slowly fade away. To maintain life on the island, everything from supplies to basic medical services must be ordered months in advance. Sometimes, even basic healthcare requires a trip to New Zealand or Tahiti, a long and costly journey. The isolation of Pitcairn is both its greatest beauty and its greatest challenge for its residents. Number 12. Macquarie Island. Macquarie Island is a remote subantarctic island located in the Southern Ocean, positioned between Antarctica and New Zealand. As part of the Australian state of Tasmania, the island's isolation and unique location make it one of the most significant biological and geological sites on Earth. Macquarie Island is home to a variety of unique wildlife, many of which are found nowhere else on the planet. The island's diverse ecosystem includes rugged coastal cliffs, vast grasslands, and wetlands teeming with birdlife, creating an ideal habitat for many species. Among the island's most iconic residents are large colonies of seabirds, including several species of albatross, king penguins, and royal penguins, which nest along the island's rugged coastline. Macquarie Island is also home to large populations of seals, including elephant seals and fur seals. Despite its remote location and harsh weather conditions, Macquarie Island has a long history of human habitation. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, the island became a hub for whaling and seal hunting. Early explorers and seal hunters were drawn to the island by its rich seal populations, and by the late 1800s, a small group of settlers had established a presence. Whalers sought valuable oil from seals, and their impact on the island's ecosystem was significant, contributing to the decline of seal populations. However, accessing Macquarie Island is no easy feat, and only special expeditions can take visitors to explore this remote land. It truly remains a jewel in the ocean where nature has retained its pristine and majestic beauty. Would you like to visit this remarkable island and see the penguins up close? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now let's head to a land over 200 miles off the coast of Yemen, a place famous for its bizarre landscapes and exceptional biodiversity. That place is Socotra, a secluded island located in the Arabian Sea. Socotra's biodiversity is astonishing, with about 1/3 of its plant and animal species found nowhere else on Earth. This has made it a highly attractive destination for scientists and nature enthusiasts. One of the island's standout wonders is the dragon's blood tree, with umbrella-like branches and red sap. This is just one of the many extraordinary plant species that contribute to Socotra's uniqueness. The people of Socotra are primarily nomads and descendants of ancient Arabs. Their culture is deeply intertwined with the island's natural environment, where they have lived in harmony with nature for thousands of years. Their way of life is not just about survival, but about honoring ancient traditions and values while maintaining a deep connection to the surrounding natural world. The inhabitants of Socotra live in harmony with an extraordinary environment, where trees unlike any other in the world stand as living testaments to the island's culture and geographic isolation. Their long-held traditions include the use of native plants, with women playing a particularly important role in preserving the knowledge of medicinal herbs native to Socotra. For centuries, the island's residents have used the sap of the dragon's blood tree to heal wounds and frankincense for spiritual and medicinal purposes. In the past, reaching the island required travel by boat. The island has only 4 hotels, 2 gas stations, and very few restaurants. Additionally, Socotra features a few recently developed paved roads. Since the opening of an airport in 1999, the number of visitors has grown, and Socotra has become a rising tourist destination in recent years. Nauru is a small island nation located in the South Pacific, about 1,500 miles northeast of New Zealand. Despite its remote location, Nauru is famously known as a literal paradise, celebrated for its stunning natural beauty, pristine landscapes, and unique cultural heritage. As one of the world's smallest nations, Nauru has a population of just over 1,600 people. Its relatively small population combined with its rugged, untamed terrain means that the island remains almost as wild and untouched as it was when it first rose from the ocean millions of years ago. One of Nauru's most distinctive features is its spectacular night sky, with the island being the first country in the world officially recognized as an international dark sky island. The absence of artificial light and minimal light pollution make it an ideal location for stargazing. On clear nights, the Milky Way stretches across the sky in breathtaking detail, and the island's location in the southern hemisphere offers views of constellations that are unseen from most other parts of the world. For astronomers, this island is a dream come true, offering unparalleled opportunities to observe celestial phenomena. The waters surrounding Nauru are also a haven for magnificent marine life, providing a safe environment for creatures to give birth and raise their young. Visitors to the island often have the rare chance to witness these beautiful animals up close. One of the island's defining characteristics is its laid-back, relaxed pace of life. With a small population and limited development, Nauru offers a peaceful retreat far removed from the hustle and bustle of the modern world. Number 9. South Georgia Island. South Georgia Island is considered a British overseas territory, though Argentina also claims sovereignty over it. Sailors first discovered the island in the 17th century, but it wasn't until 1775 that Captain James Cook became the first to set foot on the island. He claimed the island for Britain and named it Georgia in honor of King George III. Located in the remote South Atlantic Ocean between Argentina and Antarctica, the island is characterized by snow-capped mountains and lush green meadows that stretch across its rugged landscape. South Georgia Island offers stunning, picturesque views and remains one of the most captivating and pristine places on Earth. With no airport, the only way to reach the island is by boat from Tierra del Fuego or the Falkland Islands, a journey that takes at least 2 days and passes through some of the world's most turbulent seas. The island's remote location has allowed its natural wilderness to remain largely intact, far removed from human influence. South Georgia's environment is awe-inspiring, with snow-covered mountain ranges and glaciers of shimmering blue ice that break off into the cold ocean, producing thunderous rumbles as they crash into the sea. 3/4 of the island is covered by permanent ice and snow, and its vast barren spaces are frequently battered by fierce storms from the South Atlantic. Around 30 people live on the island temporarily, including scientists stationed at the King Edward Point Research Station, and staff members who manage the visitor center and museum during the summer months. For a few adventurous tourists brave enough to endure the harsh environment, these visitors travel to the island on small vessels or sailing boats, embarking on long expeditions from Ushuaia, Argentina, to the Falkland Islands, and then onward to Antarctica. There are few accommodation options on the island, and most sites are only accessible to a limited number of visitors at a time, usually no more than 100 people who can stay for a few hours each. Would you like to visit this remote, untamed land? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Number 8. Palmerston Island. Palmerston Island, an isolated paradise unlike anywhere else in the world, is home to just 62 residents, only 3 of whom are not direct descendants of William Masterson, an Englishman who arrived on the island in 1863 and made it his home. Life on Palmerston is defined by simplicity and scarcity. There are no stores, banks, or markets. The island's inhabitants rely on self-sufficiency to meet their daily needs. Fishing is their primary livelihood, providing both sustenance and income. Rainwater is carefully collected and stored, serving as the island's only fresh water source. While electricity is generated from diesel engines, it is available only for 6 hours a day. Healthcare is another challenge, as any medical assistance requires a long journey to the nearest health center in Rarotonga Cook Islands, which can take several days depending on sea conditions. This is a clear reminder of Palmerston's remoteness. Despite these many hardships, life on Palmerston Island follows a natural rhythm, reflecting the remarkable resilience of the community. Women play a pivotal role in maintaining the stability and balance of the island. From nurturing families to managing resources, their efforts ensure the continuity of life on the island, making Palmerston not just a home, but a symbol of the enduring strength of family. The island's foundation is built on the bonds between generations, particularly through William Masterson, the father of 23 children, with his Polynesian wife. That legacy continues to this day, with the community living in harmony and close-knit unity. The community on Palmerston thrives not only through its shared history, but also through a deep respect and connection to the natural world. The coral reefs surrounding the island offer breathtaking beauty, but also serve as the main source of livelihood, helping the islanders sustain their way of life. They have developed a profound respect for the ocean and its rhythms, utilizing marine resources in a sustainable manner. What do you think about the close relationships among the residents of Palmerston Island? Would you like to visit and experience the island's pristine beauty? Feel free to share your thoughts and desires in the comments below. Number 7. North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island, located in the Bay of Bengal, is a mysterious tiny island home to the Sentinelese tribe, a group of people who have lived in isolation for over 60,000 years and have had no contact with the outside world. The Sentinelese maintain a closed society and reject any outside contact, often reacting with hostility toward anyone attempting to approach the island. They have repeatedly used bows and arrows, thrown stones, or deployed other primitive weapons to drive away strangers, including surveyors, fishermen, and even humanitarian aid groups. This has led to an extremely strict policy by the Indian government to prevent any interaction with the Sentinelese. The Indian government has imposed protective measures and prohibited all incursions into North Sentinel Island in order to respect the tribe's right to autonomy and privacy. These measures include a ban on tourism to the island and a prohibition on any activities that could disrupt the tribe's way of life. One of the most notable events in modern history related to North Sentinel Island occurred in 2018 when an American named John Alancha attempted to approach the Sentinelese with the intention of evangelizing. He was immediately attacked and killed by the tribe as he tried to make contact. The incident attracted widespread media attention and sparked a debate about the rights of indigenous tribes to self-determination, as well as the limits of human intervention in isolated cultures. How do you feel about this isolated island? Would you be willing to visit, or do you think it should remain untouched? Share your thoughts with us. Number 6. Bantam Island. Situated on West Island, which is the most populous and developed of the islands, Bantam Village serves as the island's main hub. While the total population of the Coco Islands is relatively small, Bantam Village is home to most of the local residents, who are primarily of Coco Malay descent. The village is the center for public services, housing local government offices, a post office, small shops, and community facilities. It also offers essential services like a school, a healthcare clinic, and a small airport that connects the islands to other parts of Australia, particularly Perth and Christmas Island. The Coco Malays are descendants of Southeast Asian laborers brought to the islands in the 19th century to work on coconut plantations. Though the island's population is only about 600 people, the Coco Malay community has a rich cultural identity, celebrated through festivals, religious activities, and daily life. This blend of heritage and lifestyle makes Bantam Village a unique and vibrant destination where tradition and modernity coexist in harmony. Located off the west coast of Scotland, the Scilda Archipelago is one of the most remote places on Earth, inhabited continuously for 4,000 years. The only settlement on the islands is Village Bay, situated on the lowland area of Hera, the largest island in the archipelago. The fierce winds on Scilda make agriculture difficult, and while the locals cultivate small amounts of barley, oats, and potatoes, the harsh conditions slow plant growth. The surrounding seas are also treacherous, preventing fishing as a sustainable food source. Instead, the locals traditionally relied on seabirds and their eggs as their primary food source. The Scilda Archipelago is home to an array of rare seabird species such as the puffin albatross and the northern gannet. The islands host the largest population of northern gannet in the world, accounting for 25% of the global population. In 1986, the archipelago was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognizing its unique natural and cultural significance. Today, Herder attracts thousands of visitors every year, drawn by its dramatic landscape and historical charm. Moving to another pristine corner of the Earth, Caroline Island is one of the last untouched wildlife sanctuaries, situated in the Pacific Ocean. It is renowned for the vibrancy and resilience of its natural environment. The island's turquoise lagoons, surrounded by coral reefs teeming with marine life, provide a crucial nesting ground for many rare seabirds, including the black and white grouper. The island's ecosystem supports over 10,000 seabirds each year, underscoring its vital role as a wildlife sanctuary. The coral reefs surrounding Caroline Island are among the most pristine in the Pacific, largely undisturbed by human activity. These reefs are not only breathtaking but are also critical to the health of global marine ecosystems, offering a habitat for countless species. Caroline Island's isolation is its greatest protection, lying over 4,000 miles away from the nearest major cities. With no permanent settlements, infrastructure, or tourism, this remoteness has allowed its ecosystem to thrive as it has for centuries. However, this isolation does not make the island immune to threats. Rising sea levels due to climate change pose a significant danger to Caroline Island's fragile ecosystem. United Nations studies predict that low-lying islands like Caroline could be submerged in the next century if global temperatures continue to rise, putting its unique wildlife and ecosystem at risk. Number 3. Palawan Island. At the heart of the Philippines lies Palawan, often referred to as the last frontier, a true paradise with its crystal-clear turquoise waters, pristine beaches, and lush tropical forests. Here, nature reigns supreme, and humans live in harmony with their surroundings within an unspoiled and wild environment. Palawan continues to stand as a testament to the resilience of nature, remaining one of the few places on Earth that remains untouched by human encroachment. It is no wonder that Palawan is frequently ranked among the most beautiful islands in the world. However, Palawan is not just a haven for nature lovers, it also embodies a way of life that is simple, grounded, and deeply connected to nature. The island boasts some of the world's most stunning beaches, with areas like El Nido and Coron standing out for their crystal-clear waters, hidden lagoons, and powdery white sands. These serene locations attract visitors from all over the world, not only because of their natural beauty, but also due to their important ecosystems. The coral reefs surrounding Palawan are among the most diverse in the world, providing a habitat for over 600 species of fish and supporting the livelihoods of local communities through sustainable fishing and ecotourism. According to the Philippines Department of Tourism, Palawan beaches are not only top tourist destinations, but also play a vital role in marine conservation efforts aimed at protecting these fragile ecosystems. Palawan is a sanctuary for wildlife conservation, with rich tropical rainforests and home to many endangered species, including the Palawan peacock pheasant, the Philippine tarsier, and the dugong sea cow. These species make Palawan an ideal destination for wildlife enthusiasts. Nature in Palawan is not just a backdrop, it is a vital part of the daily life of its residents. Women in Palawan play a crucial role in preserving and promoting the island's natural values. They lead ecotourism initiatives, guiding visitors through mangrove forests or educating them about local plant species and their uses in traditional medicine. Palawan offers a high quality of life at an affordable cost, making it a perfect destination not only for tourists but also for retirees or anyone seeking a peaceful, laid-back lifestyle. With its fresh seafood and friendly community, Palawan is an ideal escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Moreover, the cost of living here is significantly lower than in major cities, making it an attractive option for those seeking a simpler, more fulfilling life. Would you like to visit this paradise? Share your thoughts with us. Number 2. Lord Howe Island. Another island that stands out for its natural beauty and impeccable conservation is Lord Howe Island, a precious gem in the Tasman Sea. Known for being home to the southernmost coral reef in the world, stretching over 6 kilometers, Lord Howe's crystal-clear waters and vibrant marine life make it both visually stunning and ecologically significant. The coral reefs are not only a breathtaking sight, but also play an essential role as a natural barrier against storms, support the island's fishing economy, and provide a habitat for numerous marine species. Lord Howe Island's coral reef is one of the most diverse ecosystems globally, home to over 500 species of fish and 90 species of coral. Lord Howe Island has achieved a remarkable balance between tourism and conservation, with strict regulations that limit the number of visitors to just 400 at any given time. The island ensures that its natural beauty is not overwhelmed by human activity. This model of sustainable tourism has earned worldwide recognition and contributed to Lord Howe being designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This area is ecologically significant, where life revolves around a deep respect for nature. Electricity on the island is sourced from renewable resources, waste is carefully managed, and every effort is made to minimize the human impact on the environment. The small yet strong community on the island is united by a commitment to environmental protection, with a shared goal of conserving the island's pristine natural heritage. Number 1. Savage Islands. Since 1971, these islands have been protected as a nature reserve, a true paradise for nature lovers and birdwatching enthusiasts. The Savage Islands offer absolute isolation and a rare opportunity to observe wildlife in its natural habitat. The islands are an important biological conservation area, officially designated by the Portuguese government as a strict nature reserve. The primary goal is to protect the endangered seabirds that thrive in this extremely fragile ecosystem. The Savage Islands are home to over 2,000 pairs of Cory's shearwaters, as well as many other seabird species, including the seabird known as the storm petrel, one of the largest colonies in the world. In the early 19th century, the Savage Islands were home to nearly 100,000 indigenous people, but today, with the conservation efforts of organizations like the Portuguese Nature Institute, or ICNF, the islands remain a crucial stopover for migratory birds and a breeding ground for endangered species. The absence of human inhabitants has allowed rare plant species to flourish, creating a delicate ecosystem rarely found elsewhere. This isolation is the Savage Islands' greatest asset, protecting them from the exploitation that has impacted many other natural habitats. Access to these islands is strictly limited, allowing only conservation researchers and a small number of eco-tourists each year. This ensures the protection of their fragile ecosystems from human disturbance. However, this isolation also makes the Savage Islands vulnerable to external threats such as rising sea levels, invasive species, and illegal fishing, all of which pose significant challenges to the long-term health of this environment. The Savage Islands play a critical role not only in wildlife conservation, but also in supporting global ecosystem protection efforts. And so, we've explored 17 of the most remote islands on Earth, far removed from the world's civilizations. Do you have any thoughts on the islands I've shared? Have you visited any of them from the list? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest videos. See you in the next one.